BTB Savage, a rapper on the cusp of stardom, was known for his gritty lyrics and unapologetic style. His performances were electric, captivating audiences with his raw energy and undeniable talent. Each word he rapped was a testament to his journey, a journey that was far from easy. Savage's rise in the music industry was a story of perseverance and resilience, a story that resonated deeply with his fans. Hailing from Houston, Texas, Savage's music reflected the realities of street life. The streets of Houston were not just a backdrop for his music, they were the very essence of his art. His lyrics painted a vivid picture of the struggles and triumphs of life in the urban jungle. From the corner stores to the nightclubs, every aspect of Houston's vibrant culture found its way into his songs. Savage's music was a mirror, reflecting the harsh truths and hidden beauty of his hometown, resonating with a generation grappling with poverty and violence. His songs were anthems for those who felt trapped by their circumstances, offering a sense of solidarity and understanding. Savage didn't just rap about the streets, he lived them. His authenticity was undeniable, and it was this authenticity that made his music so powerful. Each track was a story, a glimpse into the life of someone who had seen and experienced more than most could imagine. His music was a lifeline for many, a reminder that they were not alone in their struggles. His growing fanbase was drawn to his authenticity, his words painting vivid pictures of the world he knew. Fans saw themselves in his lyrics, finding comfort in the fact that someone understood their pain and their dreams. Savage's concerts were more than just performances, they were communal experiences. The energy in the room was palpable, a shared connection between the artist and his audience. Each cheer, each interaction was a testament to the impact he had on his fans. They weren't just listeners, they were a part of his journey, a part of his story. Savage was more than an artist. He was a voice for the voiceless, a beacon of hope in a community often overlooked. His music was a call to action, urging his listeners to rise above their circumstances and fight for a better future. He used his platform to shed light on issues that were often ignored, from systemic racism to economic inequality. Savage's influence extended beyond the music. He was an advocate, a leader, and a symbol of resilience. His legacy was not just in his songs, but in the lives he touched and the change he inspired. In a world that often tried to silence him, BTB Savage's voice rang out loud and clear, a testament to the power of music and the strength of the human spirit. In a chilling twist of fate, the night was cloaked in an eerie silence, broken only by the distant wail of sirens and the occasional murmur of police radios. The city, usually alive with the hum of activity, seemed to hold its breath, as if aware of the tragedy that had unfolded. The scene was a stark contrast to the vibrant life that had once been. Savage's life seemed to foreshadow his art. His music, raw and unfiltered, painted a vivid picture of the world he navigated daily. The graffiti on the walls, with its bold colors and stark messages, mirrored the themes of his lyrics. It was as if the city itself was a canvas, reflecting the struggles and triumphs of its inhabitants. His lyrics often alluded to the dangers he faced, the ever-present threat of violence casting a shadow over his success. Each verse was a testament to his resilience, a chronicle of the battles he fought both on the streets and within himself. The hooded figure, a silhouette against the dimly lit street, was a stark reminder of the anonymity and danger that lurked in the urban jungle. The detective, meticulously examining the evidence, was piecing together the final moments of a life cut tragically short. The flashing lights of the police cars cast an eerie glow, illuminating the dark corners of the city. It was a scene all too familiar, a grim reminder of the violence that often accompanied the pursuit of success in the urban landscape. Days before his death, Savage posted a video on social media, seemingly unconcerned by the potential dangers lurking in his shadow. The video, filmed in a gritty urban location, was a testament to his authenticity and connection to his roots. It was a stark contrast to the polished images often portrayed by influencers, a raw and unfiltered glimpse into his world. In the video, he spoke candidly about his life, his struggles, and his dreams. He seemed invincible, a figure who had risen above the challenges that had once threatened to consume him. Yet, there was an underlying tension, a sense of foreboding that hinted at the dangers that still lurked in the shadows. The man looking over his shoulder was a poignant reminder of the ever-present threat that loomed over him. Little did he know his words would become a haunting premonition, a tragic echo of the fate that awaited him. The eerie setting, shrouded in fog, seemed to whisper secrets of the past and warnings of the future. The cryptic message left on the wall was a chilling reminder of the fragility of life and the unpredictability of fate. As the investigation continued, the dark urban landscape took on a foreboding atmosphere. The city, with its towering buildings and labyrinthine streets, seemed to close in, a silent witness to the tragedy that had unfolded. The police, methodically gathering evidence, were piecing together the final moments of a life that had burned brightly, but all too briefly. In the end, Savage's story was a poignant reminder of the thin line between success and tragedy, a testament to the resilience of the human spirit and the ever-present shadow of danger in the urban jungle. On the evening of March 30th, 2023, Savage was driving in his neighborhood, the cool night air brushing against his face as he rolled down the window. The streetlights cast long shadows on the pavement, creating an almost serene atmosphere. The hum of the engine was a comforting sound, a reminder of the countless nights he had spent driving these same roads. A sense of normalcy settling in as he navigated the familiar streets. The houses, with their warmly lit windows, stood as silent witnesses to his journey. He could see families gathered around dinner tables, children playing in their yards, and the occasional dog barking in the distance. It was a scene of everyday life, one that he had come to cherish. Unaware of the danger that lurked just around the corner, Savage continued on his journey, his mind wandering to the events of the day. He thought about the meeting he had earlier, the plans he had made for the future, and the dreams he was so close to achieving. Little did he know, fate had other plans for him that night, the weight of his burgeoning career fueling his ambition. He had worked tirelessly to get to where he was, sacrificing countless hours and making difficult decisions. His career was on an upward trajectory, and he was determined to make the most of every opportunity that came his way. The city lights reflected in his rearview mirror, a symbol of the bright future he envisioned for himself. It was a night like any other, the mundane rhythm of life masking the tragedy that was about to unfold. The streets, which had always felt like a safe haven, now seemed to hold a hidden menace. The shadows grew longer, and the air grew colder, as if the night itself was aware of the impending doom. Savage, lost in his thoughts, remained blissfully unaware of the storm that was about to break. As Savage drove through the intersection of Mid-Lane and San Felipe, gunfire erupted, shattering the stillness of the night. Multiple shots were fired into his vehicle, the sound of each blast echoing through the quiet neighborhood, a terrifying symphony of violence. Savage, caught completely off guard, lost control of his car, the vehicle careening off the road before coming to a stop against a nearby building. The scene was chaotic. Witnesses rushed to help, their attempts to save Savage proving futile. First responders arrived to find Savage slumped over in his car, his lifeblood staining the leather seats. He was pronounced dead at the scene, another victim of the senseless gun violence plaguing the city. News of Savage's death spread like wildfire, sending shockwaves through the Houston community and beyond. Fans gathered at the site of the shooting, creating a makeshift memorial adorned with candles, flowers, and messages of grief. Social media was flooded with tributes, fans and fellow artists alike expressing their shock and disbelief. Justice for Savage. Houston police launched a full-scale investigation, determined to bring Savage's killer to justice. Detectives worked tirelessly, interviewing witnesses, gathering evidence, and following every lead. The city held its breath, united in grief and demanding answers. Suspect apprehended. Weeks later, a break in the case. Montrell Leonard Burks, 22, was arrested and charged with Savage's murder. Burks, a convicted felon with a history of violence, was taken into custody without incident. The arrest brought a sense of relief, but it did little to ease the pain of Savage's absence. Legacy in the balance. In the wake of his death, Savage's music took on a haunting new meaning. His lyrics, once a reflection of his reality, now served as a stark reminder of the fragility of life, particularly for young black men in America. Savage's story, though tragically cut short, became a symbol of the systemic issues that continue to plague marginalized communities. A void remains. BTB Savage's death left a void in the Houston music scene and beyond. His unique voice, silenced too soon, served as a stark reminder of the devastating impact of gun violence. As the city mourned the loss of a rising star, it also grappled with the unsettling truth that Savage's story was not unique but rather